something I feel like gets lost in translation when you're, trying to communicate online as opposed to verbally or in person. And I feel like a lot of things can get mixed up between y'all. Hey everyone, I'm Brennan.
I'm Delena.
And we're continuing our series on post-grad life.
Living life as an adult.
Or someone trying to be an adult. Something that happens with moving out from one area to another is inevitably a whole bunch of long-distance relationships.
Oh yeah, definitely. All the friends that you make in college and in the city that you were in going to college, when you move away, you are in a long distance relationship with them. It's difficult to keep in touch with them, I think. What about you?
Yeah, God. I miss my friends back in New York. I hardly get to see them at all. I think the main thing that we have to do as people who are kind of removed from that circle is to figure out how to stay in contact with them. Because there's many different ways to go about staying in contact with people, but not all of them are good.
Yeah, for example, a lot of people think just, posting and keeping an update on social media is enough, and it is not. If you post something online, I don't take it as you're telling me. So I'm the kind of person, I need that personal connection.
Social media, I feel, is like a double-edged sword because it's there. You can technically communicate with people, but it's not real. You can at people and you can text each other or whatnot all the time, but something I feel like gets lost in translation when you're trying to communicate online as opposed to verbally or in person.
I think one thing I really like to do is, talk on the phone with my friends. For example, I have this really good friend who used to be my roommate, and we were really worried about how our friendship was going to be and whether or not, because it's true, you can lose contact if you don't talk to them. One thing we do is every Tuesday at 10 p.m., we will FaceTime each other. Sometimes talk on the phone, but it's so much more fun to be able to see stuff.
Except for when you lose connection.
And you're just like, hello. That really helped maintain our relationship. And I do a lot of things like send cards for the holidays and send little gifts. That has worked for me. And it's very old school, but it's very personal and it works.
Yeah. Talk about old school. Like one thing I actually learned to do after moving away from my friends was actually just write to them.
Oh.
And I'm not talking about just like typing stuff online. I mean swapping postcards, letters, actually writing out, feelings and what you've been up to. I feel like there's something so real about, putting that effort into creating something physical and being able to exchange them with people. Because, you can do those same things. You can do those same things online, but it doesn't have the same kind of gravity, I feel.
Yeah.
So, I really enjoy getting something in the mail from my friends if they're on a trip or something like that, and just being able to see what they've been up to, because it's nice to be able to stay in contact that way. Friendships aren't the only relationships that turn long distance if you're moving away from an area.
Yeah.
And I think everyone knows where we're heading with this. Significant others, even if they do come out with you to wherever area you're moving to, things don't always, work out that well.
Are you talking about your relationship?
No. Maybe.
Well, just in general, long distance relationship with significant others and partners and stuff, it gets really complicated. I personally had a long distance relationship all throughout college, and one thing that didn't work for us was we didn't really have a foundation going into the relationship. We didn't talk about what we should do or how to go about different scenarios or what we wanted to get out from each other as partners. So that really hurt our relationship, and on top of that, it really hurt my experience in college with forming relationships with other people.
Yeah.
So not LRD, LDR, not happening.
Communication is everything here.
Yeah.
And again, it's the same with friendships. If you go long distance with them, it's not just about online or electronic communication. You can do so much via emailing or texting, but again, so much gets lost in electronic translation when you're trying to talk with your significant other. And I feel a lot of problems in these kinds of relationships arise when you're not physically communicating well with your partner.
Mm-hmm.
So just you got to be really clear in what you want, I feel like, and you got to be clear in what you and your partner can agree upon as far as the boundaries of the relationship, when you can expect to like either meet up or communicate. There's a lot of planning that you have to take into account.
And I want to say, like, in a long distance relationship is totally different from being in college and being in the working world post college. With working and getting your career started and having a life, it's a lot more difficult in college.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many other factors that go into your relationship once you're a professional.
Yeah.
Right, and even if you're in the same area, it's not even long distance. It's just harder to meet up because you and your partner might have separate careers, separate goals and aspirations, schedules, and it's a mess to sort through.
I think one thing Brennan and I is advocating for is old school communication, just like talking, sending letters, and that's how you really maintain your long distance relationships with the people that you have.
Yeah. Well, that about wraps things up here. We hope you enjoyed what we're discussing, and we know that you have your own experiences to talk about. So please, share them with us if you can. Feel free to comment and let us know what you think.
All right, thanks. Bye.
See ya.
I spent about 4 to 6 hours every day in front of my computer looking for a job. That's something people don't talk about, the process of trying to find a job and how emotionally and mentally exhausting that actually is.
You spend so much time in school trying to build up your relationships and networks, and after graduation, all that goes away.
It's okay, you will soon fit in.
I'm now realizing that might not be a good thing.